Hello everyone, how's it going? Hope everyone's keeping well. Hope everyone had a good trading week last week. This was a little counter trend play that I managed to get involved in on Friday, and I just thought it'd be worthwhile going over it. Okay, just a quick little trade breakdown. Okay, I'm not going to complicate anything. Just going to keep it nice and simple. Right, keep it nice and simple here. Now, from a 15-minute standpoint, right, from a 15-minute standpoint, we had this high which broke structure, and we caused this low. Right, so at that point in time, this high is strong. Okay, it broke weak structure and created this weak low. Right, so I'm expecting, okay, as per my expectational order flow, for price to pull back and create another lower low. Right, now that didn't happen. Right, that didn't happen, and that's fine. Okay, we just have to flow with the market. Right, remember, your expectational order flow does not need to play out. Okay, it is our expectational order flow, all well and good, but it doesn't always need to play out. Okay, and this is a good example of that. Right, so then we actually break structure. Right, we break structure to the upside, and we create a new high. Right, we create a new high. Now, regarding your expectational order flow, right? So let's say price is broken structure. When price breaks structure, what do you expect? You expect a pullback. Where do you expect that pullback to? Well, to the 50%. Okay, because what do we want to do now? So we want to, this is our strong low, which broke structure and created this weak high. We want to now see a pullback, right, into some sort of demand zones in here, in order to then target this weak high. Right, that's what we want to see. So knowing that, yeah, so understanding that sort of aspect of it, we can look to play this pullback. Right, we can look to play that pullback. Now, a couple of things on this video, right? Let's say you get into a pullback from here. The pullback doesn't need to go to 50% or into your discounted zones for you to bank some profits. Okay, very important. Okay, very, very important. Right, because we might start pulling back, and then we might go higher, and then the actual move might happen. Right, so on and so forth. Right, we have to manage our risk. Risk management, very important. Right, so anyway, understanding this, let's ignore that. Understanding that, we can now look to get into pullback plays. Now, I've done videos on changes in character. Right, changing character. Right, one of the things that it does is it shows you. Right, so let's say we've broken structure and we see a change in character. This is your first sign that the impulse phase might be over and the pullback might start. Okay, and if you see a change in character from here, it might mean the pullback phase is over and the impulse is about to start, so on and so forth. So what do we have here, right? So we have a change in character. Right, we have a change in character. Okay, so on and so forth. Now, from here, we actually get a bullish change in character, right? But what I was focusing on was we actually swept this liquidity, and we get a change in character again, back to bearish, right? A bearish change in character. Now, this is now in line with our expectational order flow, which is for price to pull back into some of these zones here, right? Now, you can have a zone in here, whatever, right? I'm not going to go into that, right? And at which point, we are going to look to buy, right? And continue that high low formation, right? Or look to continue that high low formation. So when we get the change character, we have our choke created supply, and when price gets back in there, I'm looking to sell. Now, I've got lots of calls as well here, right? At that point, I had this marked out like this, right? To target. Now, price comes and reacts to this demand, right? Price comes and reacts to that demand, right? Now, this could be your first sort of target, right? Because this is your first sort of problem zone at which point we could see price react, right? And in this case, that's exactly what happened, right? And if I just play price out, so this is the trade from here to here, which I'll go into in a second, but I just want to show you guys this, right? So the actual move into discount, as we expected, didn't quite happen from there, right? But we can still get in there, follow the process, and just bank some profits, right? It makes sense, right? Because we don't know that this is going to happen, right? We don't know that that's going to happen. And if I just play price out, right, eventually on Friday, we got that, right? Eventually on Friday we got that, right? So we got price coming back in, and again we had a bearish change of character and price now continuing. So you see how this is just liquidity built in, right, to target to potentially come into some of these zones. So on Friday, guys, from what I put out to the group is from a H4 standpoint, which I'm not going to go into in this video, but basically we had taken out buy side liquidity, right? Now once buy side gets taken out, we target sell side. When sell side gets taken out, we target buy side. Okay, so it's a video that I have done before in terms of liquidity, and we were looking to take some shorts into the discounted zones, as I mentioned. Now I did take a little hit initially trying to short this, which is fine. Okay, we just let the risk reward play out, right? It's a numbers game, and then obviously into the trade, which I will just be talking about now. And then obviously after every trade, regardless of whether there's a trade on or there's not a trade on or whatever, whether I get in or I don't get in, right? And this is something that the group does very well. Okay, it's our markups, right? London session markups, New York session markups, and this is how we learn, right? This is how we learn. So guys, for me, this trade was executed in the 15 seconds. So I've just jumped straight to it. Okay, just to show you guys this right now, more than the entry and stuff, I just want to speak about management, which is why I'm just kind of jumping straight to it. So we've come in and mitigated something refined within that 15-minute POI, right? Now I've seen that we've taken out liquidity into my POI. Now you can have it like this, or you can have it like this, right? Now important thing for me is we've got calls for low prices, right? And that goes in line with my 15-minute expectational order flow, which is to see a pullback. And I've seen everything on the 15-minute to suggest that we can start seeing that pullback now, right? So then here, so like I said, we've taken out liquidity into my POI. We've then got a pretty solid reaction, and we've got a change of character, right? Now, change of character can be a wick, by the way. Okay. Now, if you want to go with bodies, it's completely fine. Okay, it can be wicks or bodies, right? For me personally, I use wicks, right? Now we get into this trade, fine. We've come into this 15-minute POI, right? This is the first point of where we can see a reaction, right? So at this point, take some profits, bank some profits, right? Take some of your position off the table, right? Now you might have hard to take profits, this, that, whatnot. That's completely fine. Okay, this is just something to keep in mind, right? Because let's say you come in here, right, and you had your target all the way down at the EQ of the 15-minute range, which is fine, okay? But the thing is, these, like, you don't want to run 8 points, let's just say 8%, and then give it all back, right? So if I just play price out, just fast forward it. So you don't want to run all this for price to then come take you out for break even. Okay, so that's just something to keep in mind in terms of management. Okay, now I'm never going to tell you how to manage your trades. It's it's your trade and it's your trading plan. That's completely fine. Okay, manage it accordingly, right? But this is just something, right, to look at. So guys, I hope that video was somewhat helpful. It was a counter trend trade. Okay, so therefore it does hold a little bit more risk to it, which is fine. Okay, we just need to manage it accordingly, right? So as usual, guys, if you've got any questions, just let me know. Okay, Telegram is probably the best place to get me, and I will for sure get back to you. Now, if you do like the content on this page, give it a like, give it a share, and if you've not already done so, subscribe to this channel.